Hey guys, Coach Jose here. Want to answer your question, how do I get better at push-ups? Pretty simple. What people fail to do is understand that they need to deconstruct the push-up and work on the elements that create these weaknesses in the push-up. Much like an MMA fighter in a cage, they cannot just practice MMA every day all the time in order to get better at MMA. They actually have to deconstruct their MMA skills, practice the ground game, practice hand strikes, practice leg strikes, practice takedowns, and then bring those elements together once they've improved them. The push-up is the same way. There's five muscle groups that are involved in the push-up, and you have to be able to work out each one of those muscle groups independently and strengthen them independently. First one's going to be your chest, your pectoralis muscle, involved in the pressing of the push-up. The second one is going to be your shoulders, your delts, also incorporated into the pressing of the push-up. Your third muscle is going to be your triceps, which is the back of the arms, as well involved in pressing motions. We'll strengthen that. The fourth muscle is going to be your core stability, your abs, where we have to maintain that good, solid plank position. And the fifth and final muscle is going to be your serratus anterior, which is your wings from the arm, the muscle from the armpit to the rib cage. Those are the five muscles you need to help improve with strength and independent movements. And with those movements, you have to be able to mimic the motion of the push-up, which is elbows pointed back, fingers forward in a pressing motion, where there is rotation in the shoulder and the elbows pointed back towards you, whether you're pressing vertically, pressing horizontally as well, or whether you're performing a dip press. These are the motions that you need to mimic when incorporating independent movements for strength. So, fortunate for you, I'm going to show you an exercise for each one of those muscle groups to help improve the push-up without doing more push-ups. And if you're part of my Facebook group, I'm going to share with you a PDF that's got a workout routine you can follow 2 to 3 times a week that you can incorporate into your routine every day, and it's going to improve your push-ups, again, without doing more push-ups. All right, guys, so enjoy. Okay, on the floor press, guys, the biggest thing you want to do is you want to mimic the movement of the push-up, okay, where the elbow is pointed back, right, fingertips are forward, and if I'm holding my dumbbells on this floor press, I want to mimic that movement. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is they flare these elbows out, and this doesn't mimic the push-up movement we're looking for. So, with your dumbbells, laying back, legs can be bent or straight, okay? Either way, you're gonna hold the dumbbells here as if I am in this push-up position, okay? From here, I'm gonna press up, and I really wanna spread those shoulder blades apart, okay? And keeping my belly nice and tight. Lower the dumbbells down. Elbows are pointed towards my hips, and I'm gonna press up again. Again, mimicking that push-up position is the best way for this floor press so that you can develop the strength in the chest to be able to press your body weight up. So that is the floor press movement. You can advance it. If you have a foam roller, make this a little bit more advanced. You're gonna lay back on the foam roller, right down the spine, okay? You're up here. Now you've got a bigger range of motion if you don't have a bench. Bigger range of motion here. Pressing up, lowering the dumbbells down to where now the elbows are behind the shoulders. Again, mimicking the push-up position that you would have. Okay, guys, second muscle group, we're talking about the delts, the shoulders. Again, keeping the elbow in tight, recreating this movement where we're also moving the shoulder as well as the elbow. One of the movements that will really help strengthen that shoulder up and engage the midline is called the L-seated strict press. 2 variations you can do with this. Both legs straight, toes up, keeping that back nice and straight. If you have a very difficult time maintaining this posture here with or without weight, you can go into what's called a 6-month progression, where your feet are in, knees are out, and now you've got a little bit more room to strengthen up your back. 1 dumbbell in each hand, again, keeping the elbow down, not flared out, okay? Elbow down, pressing up, bring the dumbbells right back down, slow and controlled every single time. This is going to help develop that deltoid strength, the shoulder strength, so that it will benefit and improve your push-up position. Okay, guys. Developing the strength for a push-up by improving the strength of your tricep, which is the muscle. behind the arm. So a box dip, a chair dip, a bench dip will all work the same. Again, mimicking this motion here with the arm where elbows are in tight, snug up against your body, whether you're pressing out, whether you're pressing back, whether you're pressing up vertically, horizontally, right? Or pressing down. In this case, we're going to be pressing downward back behind us with a bench dip. A couple of different variations to improve the tricep strength for this position, for the push-up. To make this difficult, you can extend the legs out. Even in some cases, you can elevate them by placing them on top of a box or another chair. Back's nice and straight. You want to lower your hips straight down, point the elbows back. Do not allow the elbows to go above the shoulders, okay? Especially if you're limited on flexibility. From here, you're going to press right back up, reach full extension, right? And squeeze the triceps. If you want to modify this, make it easier, bring your feet in, lower yourself straight down, come right back up, and extend and really squeeze those triceps. One thing you want to avoid is allowing these elbows to flare out, okay, which is a common mistake that people make trying to do this dip, or pushing their hips way far forward and trying to dip. Again, keeping your back nice and straight, allowing it to trace the edge of the chair or the box or the bench, pointing these elbows back every single time on the bench dip, a box dip, or a chair dip. Okay, so the fourth muscle group we talked about is abdominal stability, which is going to be a high plank position, which is a plank on the hands. Now, what's different about this high plank position is we're just not going to kind of place our hands and just let our body stay straight and let our hips sag. We really want to engage the core and really mimic that top of the push-up position where we're really pressing out, rolling the shoulder blades down, keeping the fingertips pointed forward. So now, with this high plank, we really want to squeeze these abs in, squeeze the ribs down, keep the abs engaged, and have such a straight position from the feet all the way to the hips that we can squeeze our butt cheek and tighten up our hamstrings at the same time. So we're rounding our upper back, tucking our ribs down so that our abs are engaged. Hands are underneath the shoulders, fingertips are forward. We're not gonna let these shoulder blades sag. We're gonna roll everything down, really get full extension. Straighten out these knees, squeeze the butt cheeks, squeeze the hamstrings, and this is the high plank hold we wanna try to establish and maintain for as long as possible right here. Notice my upper back is nice and rounded. I'm not allowing my shoulder blades to sag, nor my hips to sag. I'm tightening up the abs and holding that position as long as possible, strengthening up shoulder stability as well as core stability during that high plank movement. Okay, serratus anterior, the lat, the wing, okay, of the back, that's also part of the press. So what that does is when you do a push-up and you get full extension, the shoulder blades roll forward and spread apart. That's what activates this serratus anterior muscle here, okay? So this is the muscle we need to increase in strength, because if not, you're gonna end up in this poor shoulder position, okay? We really wanna pull those shoulder blades apart when we get to the top of the push-up. So in order to strengthen the serratus, one of the many movements is called a scap push-up, where you learn how to let the shoulder blades come together and then you spread them apart when you're in a high plank. And this is what it's going to look like. From here, you're going to go back into your high plank position, what we previously talked about. You can be on your knees or you can be on your toes. Either way, it's still the same. I really want to spread apart my shoulder blades, round my back off. Then I want to relax them, let the shoulder blades come together like I'm shrugging backwards. And then I want to spread them apart again. Come right back. This is what's called a scap push-up. Only thing I'm moving are the shoulder blades. I'm pushing the shoulder blades apart, okay? Really pressing down, and then I'm letting them come right back together. This is going to help strengthen the last 3 to 4 inches of that push-up position here. This is called a scap push-up.